What would you tell your younger self knowing the things that you know today? Would you do something differently? These are powerful questions, and they invite us to look back and reflect at everything that was important to us, everything that we longed for, and everything that we missed. I want to share a couple of powerful learnings with you that I would have shared with my younger self if I could. These are timeless truths that I believe can benefit anybody, no matter the age or life phase that you're in. 1. Childhood conditioning. We all have childhood conditionings, of course, and we all have childhood wounds, no matter if they're big or small. In my case, as with so many, I was conditioned to function from an early stage on, to prove my worth through what I'm contributing. And my parents made it pretty clear that I'm here to fulfill their expectations. That I personally also have needs occurred to me at a much later stage in life. And once I noticed, I did not find it easy to really know what I need or what I want. And it took me quite some digging to actually identify who I am beneath all of that conditioning and what I want my life to really be about. And that, of course, happens to most of us. The outside world is not really built in a way to help us shape who we really want to be. It actually rather encourages us to perform, to deliver, to be efficient and meet expectations. From early, and we learned from early on that if we performed our duties well, we would be valued and worthy, hopefully. And that, of course, created full generations of hard workers and high achievers, being valued for what we do and not for what we are. And somehow that has also led to that value being kind of lost, what we are, what we can become, the qualities inside that we really stand for. And in my upbringing also, we were all kind of expected to be more or less the same. If anyone dared to stand out, be different, they usually paid a really high price for that. Misunderstanding, judgment, exclusion. So most of us learn to adapt well, simply to fit in, and to leave our inner selves behind long before we even truly discovered who and what we are inside. And that was my path as well. I tried to belong by adapting myself. I bent myself and my behaviors. I tried to fit in, meet expectations, and very often without even realizing it. 2, the price. And I kept this pattern up for a long time. I kept functioning until my body finally said enough now. At age 54, a really heavy burnout hit me and stopped the life that I knew up to that stage. And there's different forms of burnouts, of course. In my case, it wasn't purely exhaustion. It was also chronic physical pain. I was in pain day and night. I could not sleep. I could not move. Moving was painful. Sitting was painful. Lying down was painful. Life for me became gray and empty. I had lost my hope. I thought, this is what my life is going to be now. And I completely withdrew from everything, from people, from everything I ever did. I just retrieved. I did not know how to find my way back. 3, healing and realizations. So I can tell you, healing in my case was not a fast one. It was a long, humbling process. And I was not able to make it alone. I needed a lot of medical support and support from the people around me. It took me years to heal. And the whole thing taught me a lot, like how to let go, how to trust in the process, how to surrender myself. And over the years, I also truly noticed that a lot of the things that I was chasing were not really truly mine. Perfection and status. Two things that are so hard to achieve or even impossible to achieve. And yet so many of us chase them down just to make ourselves miserable in the process of trying. So for years I chased external approval and ignored the inner voice of my heart, only to understand then the hard way, if you don't live what you have inside of you, what you have inside of you may destroy you. It turns into emptiness, dissatisfaction, feeling disconnected and purposeless, and it can even make you sick, physically and mentally. We all have an inner voice, and we all have an inner being, an inner craving that is not necessarily connected to the things that the outside world teaches us to be valuable. What I do differently today. Today I listen really closely to myself, to what really feels true to me, to what is mine and what is not. And I let my heart set the direction, and my mind can support the journey. And when something feels heavy or wrong, I simply pause and ask, whose life and whose values am I living right now? Mine, or trying to meet up to somebody else's expectations? True freedom begins where we choose our own path. What I would tell my younger self. If I had the chance to tell my younger self my learnings, I would say, if you have to fight for love, it's not love you're going to find there. True love will see you and recognize you for what you are. If you need to be perfect to belong, you do not belong there. You belong where you're fully seen and valued for who you are. If you always put yourself last, you may lose yourself. Your life matters, and you're here to live your life right now. Not later, not when things are done or settled. Live your life, not somebody else's version of it. Don't strive for perfection. Make mistakes. Enjoy them. Allow yourself to learn from mistakes. Grow and enjoy life as a journey, not a fixed destination you're meant to reach. Inside of you, there is something beautiful that wants to live, that you can bring into this world. And it is connected to your heart's true path. Take time to slow down. Take time to be still and be with yourself. Invest time to getting to know yourself. The world outside may rush, but your soul does not. So if you feel rushed, take it slow. Do not miss anything important that is dear to your heart. Follow your heart and let your heart and mind work together to create a life that is really valuable to you. When you feel really tired, it's time to change your direction. You've probably lost your way. And if life starts to feel really heavy, ask yourself, whose life and whose values am I living right now? Then come back to yourself. Come home and live your life, your truth. Let me ask you again, if you had the chance to tell your younger self something, what would it be? Please share in the comments, and let's inspire each other to live our own truth as we see it fit. If you've enjoyed my video, please share it with somebody that could also benefit from it. And if you enjoy me or my style, then please consider subscribing and helping my small channel to grow. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you, and see you soon.